Hey everybody! So today I'm outside I wanted to talk about my apple tree. We used to have two here, the other one died. This one's definitely doing better than it was. It's taken us a couple years to get it like kind of back on its feet. Um, and the last couple of years we've really like done you know, really taken to trimming it when it's supposed to be trimmed. So they're supposed to be trimmed in like mid-March. So as soon as the snow was gone, that's what I did. I came out and I trimmed the apple tree. It's starting to finally look a little bit more like an apple tree. You know, they have that sort of flat, kind of drooping down look, and that's because you wanna clip all of anything that's sticking straight up, and any branches that are sort of crossing over each other. And so that's what I've done here, and that's what it looks like after 2 years of this sort of trimming. That's how much you can see behind me, that's how much I took off of it this year. We took off a little bit more last year. We took off one like cute big main branch from it last year that was just going straight up, so we just took the whole thing, lopped it right off. And I will say the apples last year were a lot better than they had been in the past. We don't treat them with anything, so they're not like apple orchard apples because we don't do anything to them. But yeah, it's looking a heck of a lot better, and I think I'm actually going to fertilize it for the first time this year. I've never done that before. I actually got some organic chicken poop. Maybe next year when we have the chickens I can just put our chicken poop out here, but I got some organic chicken poop because it seemed like, or fertilizer, because it seemed like the ratios were correct for the apple tree. Because apples, from what I've been reading, like a little bit more nitrogen than phosphorus. So it did say I could use 10-10-10, but I decided to use something that had a little bit more nitrogen in it than the other stuff. If I'm wrong on that, please let me know. But from everything that I've heard, chicken poop is actually some of the best fertilizer around. It was my grandmother, whenever they kind of moved around a lot from farm to farm, and she would put her garden wherever the chicken coop was. She would ask, like, where was the chicken coop? Where were the chickens? And that's where she'd put her garden, and she always had great gardens. So that's the story anyway. But yeah, so apple tree is looking a lot better. Right now we just have the one, and we are looking to, this year, so you see the barn up there. So all along this, I want to have more fruit trees. That's kind of the goal for, that's one of those things that I'd like to get done this year. I'd like to get fruit trees in this year. Right now, we just have the one apple tree. We actually have another kind of wild apple tree out on the far end of the property that's like right on the property line. And it has these like little bitty apples. They're not crab apples. They're really sweet. They taste like McIntosh apples, maybe a little sweeter. But they're only about this big. So I like to make applesauce out of them because they're not really worth just eating, but they make really good applesauce. So that's what I'm doing with this tree this year. It's looking a lot better. Like I said, I think next year it'll really be looking like a real apple tree. So let me know if you have any other suggestions on, how to get apple trees to be, it actually produces quite a few apples. They're not that huge, and like I said, we don't treat them with anything, so they get eaten by bugs and things. I try to get to them before the bugs do, but that's not always possible. And so yeah, let me know if there's anything else I can do for this tree to keep it going. It's, like I said, looking a lot better. The other tree that we had right next to it just flat out died, and we thought this one was going to die for a while, but once we started taking care of it, it's been coming back to life and been producing pretty well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, share it, subscribe. And I will see you all next week with new videos. Have a great weekend. Bye.